那接下来呢，我们要来观看风月同天的影片。风月同天呢，这一次呢要带我们到4个国家，我们要去到多明尼加、海地、澳洲以及狮子山。现在让我们一起看仁医菩萨在这4个地区的付出。
Nací en la provincia La Romana, la República Dominicana, un país caribeño. En noviembre del año 2022, cuando recibí las noticias sobre la inundación que hubo en la capital, sin dudarlo, me dirigí desde La Romana, que está a más de 100 kilómetros de distancia, para participar en las labores de socorro. Tenemos un refrán que dice: nadie es tan pobre que no puede ayudar a otro, y nadie es tan rico que no necesite ninguna ayuda. Creo que pertenezco al primer grupo. Quizás mis recursos y habilidades tengan sus limitaciones. Las experiencias pasadas de recibir ayuda me enseñaron que incluso los menos afortunados también pueden brindar apoyo. Esta es mi escuela primaria. Aquí estudié desde el primer grado hasta el 8º grado. Cuando era pequeño, mis aspiraciones eran convertirme en un ingeniero.
¿Y a usted le gusta estudiar aquí? ¡Sí! ¿Seguro? ¡Sí!
Antes de que naciera, la tasa de asistencia escolar en esta comunidad era aproximadamente de un solo 10%. Dadas las circunstancias de mi familia, poder asistir a la escuela fue una gran suerte, fue una bendición muy grande. Esta bendición y esta suerte proviene de mi nacimiento en el 1998. Septiembre de 1998, el huracán George azotó la República Dominicana. Mi ciudad natal sufrió una devastación masiva, incluyendo a mis padres y a los residentes de la comunidad. La mayoría son refugiados que huyeron de Haití, sin documentaciones legales. La vida era muy difícil. Para sobrevivir, se vieron en la obligación a buscar comida, saciar el hambre en la montaña de basura cercana. Debido a su ubicación remota después del desastre causado por el huracán George, las autoridades y organizaciones benéficas nos olvidaron por completo. No sé cuánto tiempo pasó, pero un grupo de voluntarios que no hablaba muy bien el español llegó con suministro. La señora Baby Chen, la líder del equipo, es de New Jersey, Estados Unidos. Su ciudad natal está en Taiwán. Cuando decidieron ayudarnos, no vinieron solo una vez y se fueron, sino que cada 2 o 3 meses volaban desde Estados Unidos para brindarnos ayuda a nuestras vidas. Para cambiar el destino de la comunidad y no depender más de la recolección de basura, para subsistir, los voluntarios negociaron con el gobierno de la República Dominicana para trasladar el vertedero a otro lugar. Al mismo tiempo construyeron una escuela en la comunidad. Yo estudiaba en esa escuela. La educación transformó nuestro futuro. Después de la construcción de la escuela, la comunidad comenzó a cambiar gradualmente. Cada año el número de graduandos en la comunidad sigue aumentando y abarca diferentes grupos de edades. Actualmente estoy en el 3er año de la universidad. Estoy especializándome en informática. Gracias a Suchi he tenido la oportunidad y acercarme más a mis ideales. En el camino de hacer el bien, estoy dispuesto a hacer o dar mi mayor esfuerzo y también a ser un testigo de una persona que recibe y se convierte en una que ayuda.
To me, spirituality can be found in the hearts of Buddhists and Catholics alike. Where I come from, the land is shaped like a pendant on a string of pearls. $11 million people live on the pendant, out of which 9 million do not have access to running water, whose daily income is below US $2. To the international community, this is a failed state, a country with no hope, such as my home country, Haiti. Once I journeyed far and away to study in Italy to be closer to God and to be His servant. Yet again, I journeyed back from the Rome diocese to my home country, where I would be closer to the poor whom I could serve. At 29, I obtained my priesthood from the monastery. I ran schools where I did my best to feed the pupils who had come to be educated. I prayed for the rebirth of my homeland from years of destitution. 2 years later, when most humanitarian aids to the country had dried out, I encountered a group of volunteers who kept their eyes on Haiti. These groups went to the poorest and more dangerous neighborhoods distributing rice.
We are Tzu Chi Foundation from Taiwan.
This organization, which astonished me to no end, was called Tuchi. They distribute aid packages whilst I serve as an interpreter. Slowly, I started to incorporate a daily routine in which I would introduce the philosophies of Tuchi and their mentor. Slowly, a voice began to stir inside me. Once again, I found myself traveling far and away from home to Taiwan in hope of learning more about Tuchi. I met Master Chen Yan, whose message to me was to help all people. As I returned, I left all my worries behind. I continued to pray to God for clean drinking water, food on the table for everyone in my country. Love above all else is the motto I claim to share with Master Chen Yan. I see Tuchi in their dedication to shaping a better world. a better environment and better people, which are vision long held by the Catholic Church. At age 66, I returned home as one of Tuchi's volunteers, bringing with me blessings from Master Chen Yang. I adhere to Master Chen Yang's teachings that to wish for a world free of natural calamities and human suffering, one must first attain purity of heart. I also pray that one day my homeland will rise above the winds of poverty. My name is Zuke Olibris. I am a Catholic priest and a disciple of Master Chen Yang.
Actually, in 1925, I was born in Ireland. As a teenager, I decided to give my life to God, and I chose to come to Australia, where I was initially assigned to be a teacher, later a nurse, and finally administrator of the Mater hospitals. During my 76 years in Australia, it was my privilege to work with the poor and the sick. Along this journey, I came to know of the Buddhist Compassion Relief 3G Foundation. November 1990, Julia Wu visited me at the Mater Hospital. I knew nothing about 3G. Julia offered to help Mater. On that day, she also offered to donate money to Mater. I initially rejected, thinking this modestly blessed woman might well need the money for herself and her children.
刚开始我去敲马特院长的门的时候啊，那修女啊还误会我是一个洗钱的，她怕我是一个政治家。
It didn't take long for me to understand 3G through the genuine and compassionate actions of 3G people. What struck me was their deep bow of gratitude whenever they help others. Their unique response when thanked was, "Thank you for giving me the opportunity to help you." Leaves a lasting impression on those who see it.
Hello, Mama. Good morning today. Julia. Did you remember Julia?
Around 1991, Australia was facing an economic downturn, and Mater Hospital couldn't secure government funding, making it challenging to acquire much-needed advanced medical equipment. Julia reached out to Taiwanese immigrant families for donations, raising an extraordinary 700,000 Taiwan dollars within 8 days. The money helped Mater acquire an ultrasound scanner we had been waiting for 5 years. 2 months later, the equipment played a crucial role in saving a premature baby we fondly nicknamed Coke Can Baby because he didn't weigh much more than a Coke can. And his name was Jonathan Healy, born weighing only 374 grams. 30 years later, Jonathan is now a vibrant dance teacher. Mater has grown to become the host of the largest neonatal critical care unit in the Southern Hemisphere and the largest maternity hospital in Australia. 3G people have always been there for Mater throughout all these years. I still vividly recall Julia's first visit to my office. She said to me that I would never understand 3G until I'd met the master. Julia was absolutely right. I have visited Taiwan 8 times. I love Taiwan and its people. I remember that in the year Taiwan experienced a major earthquake, I handed Master Jiang Yen 10,000 Australian dollars that was raised by Mater Hospital to help support rebuilding schools. I was glad that Mater could help in some way.
I'm a Catholic sister, and you're all Buddhist, but we are one. We have the same love in our hearts. We must develop the same love and the same compassion.
Though their English may not be their native language, they communicate through a universal language of warm smiles and genuine care. Since its founding in 1906, Mater Hospital has grown from 20 beds to 11 hospitals across Queensland, serving over 730,000 patients annually. In Mater's Orbini Place, which is a century-old landmark at Mater, there's a special place, the Tsuji Room. It honors my dear friend of 30 years, Master Jiang Yen, and the Tsuji community who has contributed to saving countless lives through Mater. The historic building is protected and will stand the test of time even when I am gone. Tsuji will always have a permanent home at Mater. I ask God and Buddha to bless you all and to extend Tsuji's love to more places in need.
My coming to the United States of America started with a journey from my country, Sierra Leone. In 1991, a civil war broke out in Sierra Leone. After some years of going to school, there I was, fortunate to travel to Los Angeles, California with my grandmother. Oh, wow, it was amazing. Everything was beautiful. It was different from my country. There was electricity, and the roads were very good. I had no fear of the civil war that I left behind. I felt very safe. I kept asking myself a question. Why is Sierra Leone so naturally rich and yet so poor? Sierra Leone is highly blessed because it has abundant natural resources. Sierra Leone is also unfortunate, having fought a devastating war for about 11 years for freedoms, control of power, resources, and even the diamonds. From a distance, the mountains and the port of Freetown, which is the capital city, look like a giant lion, but in reality, it is more like a lion that has been sleeping for many years. At the end of 2013, the Ebola virus broke out in West Africa, and Sierra Leone was one of the most severely affected countries. At that time, I was in California, and I felt pain for the people who were affected by Ebola, especially those who passed away, because that included my family. I lost about 15 relatives to Ebola. In 2014, Suchi volunteer who I knew in the California community told me that their master wanted to help countries affected by Ebola. With Suchi volunteers in the United States and other partners, we went to Taiwan. That was the first time I met Master. Master said to me, "Stephen, can you give the supplies to the suffering people with your own hands? Can you do it?" I smiled and I made my commitment that day. After many years, I set foot on the land of Sierra Leone again. I was still sad inside, but there was also so much joy in me. Finally, I had the opportunity to do my best for my people. It was the Chi Foundation that gave me the courage to and accompanied me back home. Since 2015, Tzu Chi volunteers from the United States, Taiwan, and other countries have traveled across the world and visited Sierra Leone. We went to many places together and helped vulnerable groups and orphans who lost their parents to Ebola. They don't know what happened to their parents, where they went, or even where their next meal will come from. We served them rice and other life-saving donations and provided them with clean bedding. The children held my hand with angelic smiles on their faces. Suddenly, the sadness in my heart disappeared.
This is the way we're doing things. No more Ebola in Africa.
Civil war and Ebola virus hurt the people of Sierra Leone. However, Tzu Chi volunteers brought hope. They came not only to give, but also changed many Sierra Leoneans, including me. The rebuilding process is a long road, but I believe that as long as each of us have a heart for others and love each other, my country will have the opportunity to get better and better.